All right, folks, welcome. Let's get right down to it. We're going to talk about the hunting calibers that are defining the landscape in 2025. Now, you've probably heard the talk. You go to any gun counter, any deer camp, anywhere guys are serious about their rifles, and you're hearing the same names over and over. This isn't just noise from some online forum. We are seeing a trend driven by real-world performance. We're talking about cartridges that deliver pinpoint, surgical precision, rounds that give you ballistics you can trust your hunt to, and just an incredible amount of flexibility whether you're stalking through thick brush or set up for a long-range shot across a bean field. Now, I gotta tell you, the demand for some of these is just insane. I'm seeing ammo evaporate off the shelves. It's wild. So, we're gonna break down the top 5. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're gonna understand exactly what's driving this market and why one round, in particular, is holding that number 1 position. Let's dig in. Number 5. 300 Winchester Magnum. Kicking off our list at number 5, the 300 Winchester Magnum. Everybody knows this one. It's the 300 Win Mag. This round has been a staple, putting meat on the table since Winchester introduced it back in 1963. And let's make no mistake, this is a serious cartridge. It was purpose-built for taking big animals at significant distances. This is your elk round, your moose round. This is for that big bear you spot way across the drainage. It fires a 308-inch diameter bullet, and you're going to find factory loads anywhere from 150 grain all the way up to heavy 220 grain projectiles. Now, to give you an idea of the power that lighter 150 grain load is moving, it's pushing 3,300 feet per second right out of the muzzle. Do the math, that's generating about 3,600 foot-pounds of knockdown energy. That is more than enough authority to get deep penetration and punch through the vitals of thick-skinned, heavy-boned game. It shoots flat, too. We're talking about a trajectory that lets a skilled shooter make confident, ethical shots well past 400 yards, assuming you know your holds. You'll find it chambered in legendary bolt guns, like the Remington 700 and the Winchester Model 70. The real magic of the 300 Win Mag is its raw versatility. With one rifle, you can ethically hunt just about every animal in North America, from deer all the way up to the big bears. But there is no free lunch in ballistics. The trade-off is recoil. This thing has a stout kick. It's not a beginner's cartridge. It hits hard on both ends. And the ammunition isn't cheap. You need to budget for it. A box of 20 rounds is easily going to set you back $50, and premium-grade hunting loads can go much higher. And let's be honest, if your hunt is a whitetail inside 50 yards, this is just way too much gun. It's overkill. So for the pros, you get phenomenal long-range reach. You get massive energy delivery for big game. Ammo is common, and it's incredibly versatile. For the cons, you're dealing with a heavy recoil impulse. The cost per round is high. It's total overkill for smaller game, and the rifles built to handle it are often heavier. Number 4. 7mm Remington Magnum. Coming in at number 4 is the 7mm Remington Magnum. This cartridge showed up in 1962, just before the Win Mag. It was engineered for a very clear purpose: to give hunters Magnum-level flat-shooting performance but without the shoulder-thumping recoil of the bigger Magnums. This round sends a 284-inch projectile. You're typically going to see bullet weights between 140 and 175 grains. A good average 150 grain load is clocking in right around 3,000 feet per second. That's going to deliver about 3,000 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. For guys hunting whitetail, mule deer, elk, and even moose, this round maintains a very precise, very deadly trajectory way out to 500 yards and beyond. It's chambered in some fantastic rifles, like the Ruger M77 or the Browning X-Bolt. What hunters really love about the 7mm Rem Mag is its flight path. It just shoots flat. That means less guesswork. You don't have to hold over as much, and it gives you a little more margin for error if you misjudge your range. And because it uses those long, skinny bullets, it has a high ballistic coefficient, what we call a high BC. That means it bucks the wind way better than many other cartridges. Now, for the drawbacks. Ammo is not cheap. You gotta be prepared to spend $40 to $60 for a quality box of 20. The recoil is absolutely noticeable. It's not a 22, but it is significantly more comfortable on the shoulder than the 300 Win Mag. And just like its bigger brother, if you take a close-range shot on smaller game, You risk significant meat damage from all that energy transfer. Pros: you're getting incredible flat shooting performance, excellent capability at long range. It's very effective on medium and large game, and it has great wind resistance. Cons: the ammo is pricey. The recoil is manageable, but it's not light. It's still too much gun for small animals. And the rifles are often built a little heavier to help soak up that kick. Number 3. 6.5 Creedmoor. Holding down the number 3 spot, the 6.5 Creedmoor. Now, Hornady, that's Hornady. They introduced this back in 2007. And at first, this was not a hunting round. This was a purebred competition cartridge, designed from the ground up to win precision rifle matches. But it didn't take long at all for hunters to see what those competition guys were doing and realize how valuable this round is in the field. It fires a 264-inch bullet. Your factory loads are generally in that 120 to 147 grain window. A good, solid 140 grain load is leaving the muzzle around 2,900 feet per second, which equals out to about 2,600 foot-pounds of energy. For deer, antelope, and yes, even elk at reasonable distances, the Creedmoor has become the new default for a lot of hunters. Its real advantage is that high BC. Those bullets are just slippery. They slice right through the wind. That translates to less bullet drop and less wind drift, which makes the round incredibly predictable way out to 600 yards, and even further. You'll find it in some great affordable rifles, like the Savage 1110 and the Ruger American. Ammo is everywhere, and it's pretty reasonable, usually $30 to $40 a box. But the kicker is the lack of kick. The recoil on this thing is light. I mean, light. This is a game changer. It means new shooters, younger hunters, or smaller-framed individuals can shoot it all day, and more importantly, they can shoot it accurately. But it is not a magic wand. It does not have the raw, brute force authority of the big magnums. Those lighter bullets don't always guarantee the deep penetration you absolutely need on a big-bodied moose or a grizzly. And believe it or not, in some real rural old-school gun shops, you're still more likely to find the classics than a box of Creedmoor. Pros: you get superb, almost boring accuracy, very light recoil. It's extremely friendly for long-range shooting, and the ammo is affordable. Cons: it has limited energy for the absolute biggest North American game. Penetration can be a concern on thick-boned animals, and it's not the best choice for a close-range brush gun. Number 2. 30-06 Springfield. At number 2, the king, the 30-06 Springfield. This cartridge has been serving this country since 1906. This is, without a doubt, one of the most proven, one of the most trusted hunting cartridges in American history. This cartridge fed this country for generations. It fires that same 308-inch bullet as the 300 Win Mag. Most of your loads are going to be right in that sweet spot, 150 to 180 grains. With a 150 grain bullet, your muzzle velocity is right around 2,900 feet per second, giving you about 2,800 foot-pounds of energy. The 30-06 is the definition of an all-around workhorse. Whitetail, mule deer, black bear, elk, even moose. The 30-06 has handled it and handled it well for over 100 years. It's chambered in all the classics, your Remington 700s, your Winchester Model 70s. Why do hunters still love it? Because it strikes a perfect balance. You get plenty of power, plenty of authority, but you don't get that brutal, punishing recoil of a full-power Magnum. Ammunition is everywhere. Any hardware store, any gas station in hunting country, they've got 30-06. And it's affordable, usually $20 to $30 a box. And with a good shooter behind the rifle, it will hold minute of vitals accuracy all day long out to 400 yards. What are the trade-offs? Well, it's an older design. It doesn't have that super flat trajectory of the new Magnums. That means your long-distance shots are going to require more adjustment. A little more Kentucky windage. The recoil is noticeable. It's not bad, but you'll feel it, especially if you're shooting heavy 180 grain loads all day at the range. And the rifles, being long action, often have a bit more weight to them, which, honestly, helps tame that recoil. Pros: it is adaptable to almost any hunt in North America. The ammo is cheap and unbelievably easy to find, and its performance is just consistent and reliable. Cons: the recoil is stout enough that you'll feel it. It doesn't shoot as flat as modern Magnums. You'll see a little less precision at extreme ranges, and the rifles can be on the heavier side. Number 1. .308 Winchester, and at the number 1 spot for 2025, the .308 Winchester. Released back in 1952, this round is absolutely at the top of the mountain right now. Hunters everywhere are flocking to the .308, and for damn good reason. It uses the exact same .308-inch bullet as the .30-06, and the loads are right in that same sweet spot, 150 to 180 grains. A standard 150 grain bullet is clocking in around 2,800 feet per second for about 2,600 foot-pounds of energy. You'll notice that's almost the same as the .30-06. But here is the key. The .308 is a short-action cartridge. It's the civilian version of the military's 7.62 NATO. That short-action design means the rifles themselves can be lighter, more compact, and handier. Think about those Ruger Americans or Savage 1110s. That compact, lighter rifle is a huge deal when you have to carry it all day, whether you're hiking miles through the timber or packing it up a ridgeline to glass. The .308 has earned its unshakable reputation for fantastic accuracy, very modest recoil, and just dead nuts dependable performance. Ammunition is affordable. $20 to $30 a box is standard, and it is stocked in every single gun shop in this country. From the biggest Cabela's down to the smallest mom-and-pop shop. It's chambered in bolt actions, semi-autos, pump actions, literally every style of hunting rifle. That massive availability and versatility is why it's number 1. But it has limits. Once you push past 300 yards, you're going to see that bullet drop off more than the Magnums. And for truly massive game like a big bull moose or a brown bear, most serious hunters would consider it underpowered. And when you try to use those really heavy for caliber bullets, the velocity drops off pretty fast in that short case. Pros: you get affordable, available ammo, very manageable recoil, outstanding accuracy right out of the box, and just a massive selection of rifles. Cons: it is weaker at extreme long range. It doesn't have the punch for the absolute biggest, toughest animals, and your velocity suffers with the heaviest projectiles. And that's a wrap on our breakdown of the top 5 hunting calibers for 2025. From the heavy-hitting power of the 300 Win Mag to the timeless, do-it-all performance of the .30-06, and finally, the incredible efficiency and practicality of the .308 Winchester. These are the cartridges that are getting the job done in the field right now. At the end of the day, the best caliber is always the one that's right for your hunt, your terrain, and the game you're after. So now I want to hear from you. What is your go-to hunting rifle and cartridge? What's in your safe that you trust to fill the freezer? Drop your pick down in the comments. I want to read what you're carrying. If you got some value out of this breakdown, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And comment down below. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next videos. We've always got more caliber discussions, gear reviews, and training tips coming your way. Until then, stay safe out there. Respect the hunt, and we'll see you in the next one.